So we know the human brain regulates every process in the body. But sometimes we hear about the little brain in our gut. Is that something? And if so, what is it and what does it do?
The little brain, as you call it, is very real. In fact, it is the second largest brain that we have. And you may be surprised to learn that this brain is contained entirely within the wall of the gut. This brain has more nerve cells than your entire spinal cord. And this brain is what we call the enteric nervous system. What does it do? Well, obviously, it's in the gut, so it controls everything that the gut does. It controls the secretions that are important for digestion. It controls what we call motility, which is the ability to push food down, to break it up, to grind it down. And it also controls the gut's immune system, which is very important to prevent infections or the bugs in our colon from entering our bloodstream. It also regulates the gut's own hormonal system, what we call the gut endocrine system, which produce many hormones responsible for appetite, for metabolism, for sugar control. And of course, it also has direct and intimate communication with the brain in our head.
Why is it imperative that we understand the dynamics of the enteric nervous system and its connection to digestion?
Well, digestion cannot take place in any kind of satisfactory way without some ability to fine-tune the various processes. We think of digestion as sort of a one, process, but think about it. Even before the food enters your stomach, your brain sends a signal to the stomach to expand. And then after you stored the food, you have to grind it down to a particle size that generally is less than 2 millimeters before it's allowed to enter into the small bowel. It's also important that the stomach controls how much food gets into the small intestine at any one time. This feedback, this communication, this regulation requires constant communication between various organs within the gut, but also by the brain. And that's where nerves come in, because that's what nerves do. They communicate.
How has studying the enteric nervous system changed how we treat disease?
So I think we are still in the process of trying to figure that out. But one thing is becoming pretty clear. Depression is not one monolithic syndrome. There are many different forms of depression, and of course we know that. There are people who have a trauma or loss of a loved one. They'll get depressed. That's reactive depression, secondary depression. Others get endogenous depression where there's no cause. We know now from animal studies that we've conducted, and others have as well, that if you have a problem with your gut, this can lead to anxiety and depression. As an example, we published a paper where we irritated the stomach of neonatal, newly born rats. And that very mild irritation, there was no injury, they recovered very soon, and we let them grow up. And when they were adults, we tested them for anxiety and depression. The rats who had the irritant in the stomach, as compared to rats who had a harmless sugar in the stomach, were significantly anxious and depressed. But when we looked further, we found that the brain was different. There were key changes in certain molecules that are responsible for mood, and these seem to have been permanently reset by that one-time irritation early in life.
So what's on the horizon for research of the enteric nervous system?
There are so many unmet needs. When you think about how we treat disorders of the big brain, if you just take depression, there are at least 24 or more drugs that are FDA approved. And you have a plethora of choices. Now, think about disorders of this other brain, the little brain, the guts brain. We may have half a dozen or less drugs, and none of them work very well. These very common disorders, we don't really know what causes them. We call them irritable bowel syndrome, we call them functional dyspepsia, we call them functional abdominal pains, functional something or the other. And we don't know because we haven't done that deep dive. And if we start doing that deep dive, and many of us are trying to do that, we can not only find out how this brain works, but how things can go wrong, and thereby how we can develop better treatments.